Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Blaze Black 2. Last time we faced off against and successfully captured Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf, as well as quite a few other Pokemon. This time we are back here in Nacrene City for something pretty important inside this building in the southwest. Look who it is! It is all 8 gym leaders of the Unova region that we have faced in the past. This is where we rematch them, and that is what we will be doing today. We are going to begin with Chiren. It's been a while since we last battled. Would you like to change that? Oh yes. Well, let's have a battle we can both be proud of. As you might expect, considering that these battles are not available right away after you beat the Elite Four, whereas the Hoenn gym leaders are, these ones are quite a bit more powerful, as you can see, level 85 to start off with. This is the main reason I elected to grind a few episodes ago, because these guys are no joke. I think the highest level we're going to be seeing here is around 89, if I'm not mistaken. That's pretty crazy, so that's the main reason I elected to train up, so I'm hoping that that will make these fights quite a bit easier, especially considering the fact that this will be our new grinding spot probably for the rest of the game. I have a feeling sometime pretty soon here we are going to wind up using these guys to train our team all the way up to level 100, which is kind of crazy to think about. But it's definitely going to be necessary. And of course they are all packing full restores, which means we have another focus sash to deal with right here. Which is unfortunate, but them's the ropes. Now I guess I can talk about the Pokedex a little bit. As I mentioned before, there's slightly over 50 Pokemon for which we need to evolve in order to get them in our Pokedex. It is quite likely that this is where I'm going to be doing all of the leveling up and eventual evolving of all of the Pokemon that we need to evolve, mainly because, as you might expect, these guys give a lot of experience, considering all of their Pokemon, without exception, are in the 80s, which is kind of crazy. And also, I think we only have 125 Pokemon left to catch and 30 Pokemon left to see, which is really freaky, but really awesome at the same time. This LP's been going on for about 10 months? Almost 10 months at the time of recording this, and we've definitely come a very, very long way. We've got a lot of work to do on our Pokedex still, but we've done about 5 times that amount of work already on our journey, which is crazy. Anyway, we have a Snorlax right here, which is definitely going to be good for some experience. I wouldn't be surprised if this KO earned us over 6,000 experience. That is, if we can take it out in one hit, which we actually don't, which I am honestly surprised about. And we got paralyzed. Ugh. That's a little rough. Okay, I think I want to not use a Pokeball, that's for darn sure. I want to use one of my many full restores, because honestly, when else am I going to use them if it's not against crazy boss fights like this? So as you might imagine, this episode's probably going to be about as long as the Hoenn Gym Leaders episode, which was I think only 3 episodes ago. It might be a little bit shorter though, because we do decently out-level these teams, unlike back with the Hoenn Gym Leaders where we were pretty evenly matched. I think we're a little above the Unova Gym Leaders right here, so it shouldn't take quite as long. And that did not yield nearly as much experience as I was expecting it to. Alright, we have Stoutland out next, which is his last Pokemon. It would seem that the special last Pokemon music does not play in this fight, which doesn't really bother me, because I personally prefer this song to the other song. And we're paralyzed again in the same fight. Yikes. Okay. Well, I doubt this thing's capable of one-shotting me, so I am going... Ice Fang? That's interesting. And that's a critical hit, and we are paralyzed. Come on, Shirin. You know you've lost, right? There we go. Sit down, roll over, all that good stuff. Down goes the dog, and down goes Chiren. Very nice indeed. That was a real Pokemon battle, alright. Indeed. I'm gonna go heal. Alrighty, now that we have taken down the Aspertia City Gym Leader, it is time for the Verbank City Gym Leader, Roxy. Hey, long time no see. I'm feeling a crazy battle right now. Yes, get ready. I'm gonna knock some more sense out of ya. Odd little text glitch right there, but I mean, so much text in a Pokemon game and even more added in this hack. You really can't fault them for a mistake every now and again. Alrighty, here we have Roxy, the Poison-type Gym Leader. I had Lucario out front for Jiren because he was normal type. I have Victini out front this time because poison types are weak to Psychic. And this Psychic is going to do a ton of damage because I have my Victini equipped with an Expert Belt, which makes Psychic even more powerful by, I think, maybe 30% when it is a super effective hit. I have a feeling at least one Pokemon on this team is going to be Dark type, so it's not going to work for everybody, but it's going to work for most, and I plan on exploiting this weakness as much as I possibly can. Wow. Focus Sash is definitely something we should expect to see in these fights, mainly because we have Victini, and these Pokemon are weak to Psychic. Yeah, that's definitely the reason. Because as I said before, I feel like this hack sort of plans for a lot of common strategies, and one-shotting is definitely a very common strategy. Anyway, down goes Scolipede. Get over 5,000 experience for that, which is awesome. And up next we have Nidoqueen. And if I had to guess, I'd say Nidoking probably isn't too far behind. But you never know, I could be wrong. Alrighty, is this going to be yet another one-shot? You might notice Roxy's levels are slightly lower than that of Chiren. The hack creator has stated that that is because Chiren attempted to beat the Elite Four back in the original Black and White, which I think is a pretty neat little detail. I definitely would not have thought of that, but that is why Chiren's levels are slightly higher than most of the other gym leaders here. Anyway, Victini gets level 91, which is super awesome. Up next we have Garbodor. And I gotta say, this Pokemon's complete trash. I don't want to admit how long it took me to realize that when people said that this Pokemon was trash, it wasn't because they hated it. It was because it's literally trash. I'm really slow on the uptake on some of these things, in case you hadn't noticed, but anyway, this thing is taking Psychic like a champ, and the funny thing is Garbodor can actually learn Psychic, which can be a little bit scary if you're in the battle subway and you don't realize this thing has Psychic, like happened to me back in one of my personal playthroughs of Pokemon Black. Alrighty, Crobat is last up, meaning she doesn't have a Nidoking, which, I mean, that's alright. Whatever floats your boat. Plus, I find that gym leaders often tend to have full teams of Pokemon that have the same gender as they do, so I guess it's to be expected. Anyway, down goes Roxy. I could feel your Pokemon wanted that win. Indeed. Back to heal once again. Alrighty, up next, right around at the table here, we have Berg. Hey, you've not seen my lovely Crustle or my beautiful Yanmega. Come on, let's get to it. Absolutely. My Bug-type Pokemon are scurrying with excitement. Now let's see if we can beat Berg the first try this time, because if you might remember way the heck back in episode 24, which is over 100 episodes ago, I had quite the time of it attempting to defeat Berg. Not my proudest moment. In fact, I failed to defeat Berg twice on my attempt to defeat him and earn his badge. It was so embarrassing that I actually released a bonus video in the description of episode 24, wherein you can check out the crushing loss that I had to field. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, hopefully this battle will go by pretty good. Hopefully the attack nerf from burn will still, yes, allow me to... Oh wait, no, I'm not nerfed by being burned. Derp. Man, it's been a long week. Alrighty, Masquerain coming out here next. Luckily, unlike its pre-evolution, it is not part water type, so I think I'm cool to spam Flare Blitz some more. Very nice. I'm really hoping through these fights I can find a gym leader that I can reasonably sweep, because sweeping gym leaders is a really, really good way to get experience. Alrighty, next up we have Heracross. Gonna keep in a little bit longer here just to see how far we can get. Victini will probably get taken out by recoil at some point during this fight, but I don't think it really matters because Flare Blitz is just so powerful. We're going to get quite a bit of experience before that happens anyway. Alrighty, up next is Scizor. You really have to use Flare Blitz on this thing because it is quad weak to it. And man, it feels so good being able to just destroy Berg with the power of a legendary. Victini overperformed by quite a bit in our initial fight with Berg, which is unfortunate. So I'm glad to have it here today. Alrighty, we have Yanmega coming out next, which I believe is part flying, so I'm going to switch over to Magnezone just so Victini doesn't go down. Because someone's got to get this experience, and if Victini were to knock it out and itself out, I mean, you really don't get either way going that way. Alrighty, how much is this gonna do? I'm actually not sure because Magnezone doesn't have the expert belt, but it seems it was enough. Nice. Oddly enough, Magnezone still does not have, what is it, 300 HP? Yeah, it still doesn't have 300 HP, which I find very odd. Magnezone strikes me as the kind of Pokemon that would definitely have over 300 HP by this point, but it doesn't. And I think, am I correct? I think it's the only team member... No, Lucario is less HP, but yeah, Lucario I would expect. Magnezone I would not expect to not have 300 HP yet, but I think it will make it. Lucario's probably not going to make it to 300 HP, but I think Magnezone can do it. Alrighty, Focus Sash as we might expect, which means I think we can call a heal right about now. Luckily, Focus Sash only takes effect once, unlike Sturdy, which can take effect as many times as necessary. So we're just gonna let him finish, let him heal up, and then we're gonna Brave Bird his face in, because that's going to do him in unless... Yep, we're good. And a critical hit for good measure. And Mandibuzz actually survives the recoil. Awesome. Fabulous! You're as strong as you've ever been! Feels really good hearing those words come out of his mouth. Alrighty, now that the Castelia leader has been felled, it is up to us to defeat the Nimbaza gym leader, Elisa. Welcome to the main stage. This isn't a stage, but would you still care for a battle? Oh yeah. Once again, we can see who of us shines brightest. Is it me? Pretty sure it's me. Alrighty, Elisa is generally considered to be one of the hardest gym leaders in both Black and White and the sequel. And for good reason, because of Blasted Emolga, so if you bring in a Garchomp, hoping to Earthquake its face in, you're not going to get too terribly lucky. But I do have Dragon Claw, which I think will do the job just as well. Especially considering the fact that Garchomp outlevels this thing by 16 levels. And this may actually be the battle in which Garchomp achieves level 100. But let's not count our chickens before we hatch. Before they hatch, rather. Let's just Earthquake out a couple more Pokemon before we reach that lofty goal. Down goes Electivire. Ooh, we're so close. Up next is Ampharos, which unfortunately does not have its Mega Evolution, which means I cannot abuse its newly found Dragon-type weakness, because I'm pretty sure Ampharos does become a Dragon-type when it Mega Evolves. I'm not entirely positive on that, but I'm like 99% sure it does, and of course we get a full restore. But it's probably nice to get it out of the way now, because we now have a free turn to knock it out, which is awesome. Oh, dang, we got staticked. Well, there goes that free turn. Yeah, I didn't think we would outspeed it. Focus Blast is going to hurt quite a bit, but depending on how much it hurts... Oh wow, it actually didn't take recoil from that. I could have sworn Focus Blast was a recoil move, but apparently it's not, because this thing was holding an air balloon. Ah well. A lot of these moves that have been introduced in newer generations I'm not quite as clear-cut on, and it's funny I say that because I'm pretty sure Focus Blast was introduced in Diamond and Pearl a decade ago, so it's really not too new anymore. But anyway, Garchomp grew to level 100. There are its final stats. We've come a long way, but we finally have a team member at level 100. That is crazy to me, but it's awesome at the same time. So I'm going to switch Garchomp out because A, it did really good getting this far, and B, it's not going to get any more experience, and I'd like some other team members to get that honor. Luckily, Lucario also has Earthquake, and this thing outspeeds me. That surprises me. Although, maybe Volt Switch is a priority move. I actually don't remember if that's the case. It might be, it might not be. But anyway, that Zebstrika was sent out to die because we have Earthquake. Alright, might not quite KO. Nope, it actually does. Critical hit. Down it goes. And man, Lucario is not far behind on the whole level 100 thing. I think I'm going to send out Victini for Electros, because Electros actually has no weaknesses, period, unless you can somehow nullify its Levitate ability, which I personally have no way of doing. So I think we're just going to blast it with a Psychic. Expert Belt Psychic from a Victini. That's going to hurt not as much as I thought it was going to, actually. Huh. Okay, Aqua Tail does quite a bit, but luckily we are faster, so this Psychic should bring down the Electros no problem at all. What? You really had to pull the wool over my eyes one more time, huh? Didn't you? Oh my god, 2 HP left. I thought we were screwed there, but apparently not. Wow. Of all the fights I was expecting to be close, I really wasn't expecting it to be this one. Although it's not really close, we're still pretty much guaranteed a win right here. I just find it a little amusing how, of all things, Victini gets down to 2 HP and manages to pull out a clutch KO. Alrighty, it's looking like so far, at least, these battles are averaging about... Oh my... Come on, seriously? You're landing a Thunder? I have to rant about that for a second. We saw Thunder several times over the course of the past few episodes coming out of the AI. It always hits. Is this thing using like a focus lens or something? It's entirely possible. Or not a focus lens, a choice lens or whatever. One of those choice items. Is it choiced? It is not choiced, so this thing is literally just getting super lucky. The AI is... the AI, man. I'm pretty sure we've seen 5 Thunders over the past 3 episodes, something like that, and they have all hit without fail. Alrighty, luckily I think this thing is actually life-orbed because it took recoil after Thunder, so Gastrodon's probably going to go down right here. But I think Galvantula will as well. Am I correct about this? Yep. Catch 22 right there. Oh wow, actually Lucario got the experience for that. Nice. Alrighty. It's little wonder that you've become the new champion of Unova. I'm practically blinded by how radiant you and your Pokémon are. Very nice. I definitely need to heal after that one. Alrighty, up next we have the Drift Veil Gym Leader, Clay. Harumph. kid, are you ready for an earth-shattering fight? Oh yeah. Well then, off we go. Here we have Clay, which I seem to recall not giving too much trouble back when we fought him in episode... oh, what was it, 51, I want to say it was? Hopefully we'll never be able to say that was 100 episodes ago at any point in this series. Really like to be done before that, but yeah. I seem to remember that Elisa was actually the last trainer we fought with our quote-unquote classic team, I guess we can call it, because right before fighting Clay, we switched around our team pretty significantly to the team that we have completed the game with. Which is crazy. We left a couple of Pokemon behind on our journey, and it's kind of sad to think about it. We left behind Servine, which was our very first Pokemon that we ever obtained. We left behind Houndoom, which I found to be a very helpful asset in the fight against Berg, and we also left behind... oh, who was it? I'm trying to remember. We used either a Fluffy or a Nidorino rather reliably for a decent portion of the early part of the game, if I'm remembering correctly. But Servine and Houndoom are definitely the ones I remember the most, because I seem to remember using them the most out of the team members that we did indeed leave behind. Man, it just goes to show how long of a journey we have, and it's also worth noting that... oh, full restore. It's also worth noting that this is the 10th episode of the post-game, and my other Pokemon LP on the channel at the time of recording this, Pokemon Liquid Crystal, had exactly 10 episodes of post-game. Which is really, really crazy to... okay. Really crazy to think about, because this post-game is... of course. This post-game is nowhere near done. And I think I definitely want to switch for this. Not sure I'm going to switch to... Lucario's probably a pretty reliable switch. But yeah, this after game is probably going to go on for probably at least 15 more episodes at an offhand guess. Possibly 20 more. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how much stuff we have yet to do in the game. We have 125 more Pokemon to capture, which I've already mentioned, but I believe around 30 of those are legendaries, which we're going to have under our belt sooner or later. Hopefully sooner. And man, Clay's actually giving me a decent amount of trouble right here, which has me a little nervous. I'd really rather not send out Garchomp. I feel like Garchomp should probably be more of a last resort, mainly because it can't receive any more experience points now that it's at level 100. I'm just going to Dark Pulse this one, because I think it's definitely within KO range. Yep. Alrighty, down goes Seismitoad, get a decent amount of experience for that. Oh right, there's a Sandstorm in play, I forgot about that. This guy's definitely rocking a weather team because he opened up with, Hippowdon, yeah, that's what it was. Alright, I think Mamoswine is hurt. Yes, it is very much hurt, so I think we can... it's faster than me? How on earth is a Mamoswine faster than me? Maybe Mandibuzz is slower than I thought. Oh well, we managed to survive, which I'm pretty impressed about, and down goes that Pokemon, and Gastrodon gets level 91. Alrighty, who is up next? It is Crocodile, which is an interesting switch. I am going to switch over to Victini because Victini has Brick Break. And even though we don't get Stab, Brick Break is super effective on Crocodile, which means it gets a boost from the Expert Belt, which is really sweet. And wow, it's actually faster than me, although I think Sucker Punch is priority. I'm not positive, but I think Sucker Punch is a priority move if used on the first turn. I might be wrong about that. Alright, let's see. That did Jack. Yep, it is a priority move because we went first. Either that or there is a speed tie, which I find ridiculously unlikely, but it's entirely possible. And that will push Victini to level 92. Very good. More sandstorm damage, and up next is Golurk, which is an interesting one. I'm gonna stay in mainly because I don't have anything that I could switch to that would be more effective. Although I do have U-turn. Is Bug super effective on Ghost? I don't remember. Let's give it a shot. It is not. In fact, quite the opposite. Yeah, it's not. The whole Bug Ghost, Bug Dark, Bug Psychic, that's something I've never really been clear on. It's super effective on 2 of those, I'm sure. Alright, let's send out Mandibuzz because Golurk, if I recall correctly, is quite slow. And nice, we actually called its bluff and avoided an Earthquake, which is awesome. Alrighty, let's try Dark Pulse. That's almost certainly super effective on this thing. I hope I didn't forget that matchup of all things. Yeah. And we got the Flinch, which is nice, and we should be able to bring it down with this next attack. Am I correct about this? Cross your fingers, guys. This is actually decently close. Yes, nice. We got it down. Doesn't give too much experience, actually, although that's because we split it between Victini and Mandibuzz. And last up is Excadrill. This is gonna be a fun one. Alright, I'm gonna send Victini back out and hope we are faster because, again, Excadrill is weak to Brick Break. So we're just gonna have to play this one, hopefully smart. Are we faster? We're not. Wow. Although I do remember Excadrill actually being surprisingly fast, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised about it. And it looks like this sucker is life-orbed, which is unfortunate. Alright, I'm going to send out Garchomp, because I think this thing is pretty capable of knocking out everyone else. And Garchomp can almost certainly take a hit from this thing. Or it could just use Swords Dance, that too. But anyway, Excadrill, being part Steel-type, is weak to Earthquake. Taste your own medicine, guy. This should bring it down. I'll be very surprised if it doesn't. There it goes. And Clay has been defeated. You've grown mighty strong. You could put on a great show in the World Tournament. Sudden lag. Heal, reboot, return. Alrighty, so now that that little fiasco is over, we have Skyla from Mistralton City. Hehe, I was hoping for another chance to battle you. What do you say? I say yes. Time for my flying-type Pokémon to take flight. Now, this battle's a little bit different from the other ones we've been doing so far. Chiren had a bit of a gimmick where his Pokemon were slightly higher leveled. As you can see, Skyla has the gimmick of all things, a triple battle. Really not sure why, but if I remember correctly, I think the first battle with her is a triple battle. Although that might only be in challenge mode, I will be honest, I don't quite remember. But anyway, this is the team I decided to open up with. Not really sure why I put Garchomp in there. I was like, Earthquake Mandibuzz strategy, and then I just now realized flying type, so I think some weird wires crossed in my brain when planning out how this fight was going to go, but we'll just have to go with it. So we got Sigilif right here, down really quickly from a Thunderbolt, which I very much appreciate. Sigilif in the wrong hands can be a little bit frustrating. One amusing story I do know about is I believe that in an earlier version of this hack, I think, there was a Sigilif in the Desert Resort that had no moves programmed to it. Not sure how that's supposed to work out, but as far as I know, it's fixed in this version because we never encountered anything even remotely close to resembling that sort of eventuality. Alrighty, we have Archeops out next. I think I just want to Thunderbolt it again because we want to get it down to at least half health, otherwise it's going to be trouble for us. And of course we have a full restore coming out for Swanna, because why wouldn't we? Alrighty, that shouldn't be too big of a deal. We can just send it right back down to the red anyway. Oh wow, it actually survived. And we get hit Earthquake on our Magnezone. That's going to hurt a lot, but luckily we have Sturdy, but we didn't actually need it, which surprises me quite considerably. Oh, dang it. Drifblim just barely hangs on, but luckily I think even though Skyla has 3 Pokemon out at once, pretty sure she only has 1 full restore, so we shouldn't have to worry about that in all likelihood, and Magnezone gets another one-shot. I am impressed. Seriously, seriously impressed. Alrighty. Up next is Staraptor. I think we're just going to stick with what works. Yeah, I think we're just going to Dark Pulse Drifblim and then Dragon Claw Swanna. Pretty sure Garchomp is not fast enough. Dang it. That might bring it down. Ooh, it's going to be... Yep, there we go. Ah well, it was worth a shot. Ooh, that's going to hurt. We're going to double whammy right here. Alright, Mandibuzz, you can take this. I've seen you take an Ice Beam before. Yeah. Nice, alright. We're getting at least 1 KO this turn. On that Drifblim. Very nice. Alrighty, let's see if Magnezone can pull out a... Ooh, that's going to hurt. Magnezone ain't making it through that. Oof. That's a rough one. Well, that just turned slightly sour, but I think Skyla only has 3 Pokemon remaining, so we shouldn't have too much trouble for the rest of this fight. Gastrodon has Ice Beam, so I'm going to be putting it in the Magnezone slot, and then Victini is just Victini, so we're going to put it back in where Garchomp was. Plus, Victini has wings on its butt, so I mean, I guess Gastrodon's the odd one out in this situation. Alrighty, so we have Togekiss up last, which is a little awkward for me, mainly because Togekiss has quite a bit of bulk to it. I think what we're going to do is we're going to Dark Pulse that Swanna, and... Flare Blitz is probably our best option on that Togekiss. Thank goodness it's not a Fairy type yet, because I'm pretty sure Fairy resists Fire? I think that's how that works. Since Fairy is still pretty new, I'm still a little bit rough on how it matches up, but I guess it doesn't really matter in this LP because the type doesn't exist yet. I'm gonna take another Brave Bird. Dang, I thought we were gonna be able to take that, but unfortunately no. Skyla is putting up quite the fight. Victini actually avoids a Hurricane. That Ice Beam might take out Staraptor, considering all that recoil. Yes, it does. Nice. Alrighty, only 2 Pokemon left on the opponent's side, and it looks like we have no choice. Out comes Lucario, probably my last choice for doing anything in this fight whatsoever, but what are you going to do? Might as well use Dragon Pulse. We don't get a chance to use this too terribly often. Alright, this should be the end of this fight unless the unthinkable happens. Let's see here. Swanna goes down to Psychic, and Togekiss has quite a bit of stuff coming its way, so it's probably going to go down as well. Cross your fingers. Ooh, dang it. And the Roost comes out. That definitely hurts, but the nice thing is Togekiss is actually in the middle slot of the opposing side right now, which means literally everything on the field can just point their big guns at it and fire. Alrighty, survive this, Togekiss. Yeah, I didn't think so. Get experience all across the board for that. No one gains a level, unfortunately. And Skyla gives slightly less money than the others. That's weird. Amazing as always. Indeed, I must once again heal. Alrighty, this next one is going to be a fight to remember. Drayden from Opalucid City. The perfect way for me to pursue even greater strength. Will you have a bout with me? Indeed. As usual, I expect you to be a very difficult opponent. And you, for no particular reason at all, the hack creator decided to make Drayden decently more difficult than the other gym leaders in this area. 87, and that's not even the highest leveled Pokemon on his team. Really not sure why the hack creator decided to beef this guy up in particular, but I mean, he's pretty muscular. Maybe he figured extend that to his team. Anyway, pretty sure Flygon is quad weak to Ice Beam, so hopefully we'll get a KO. Yeah, nice. Alrighty, first one down, no trouble, but that Salamence, oh boy, that's gonna be interesting. I am going to count on my Garchomp being faster than this Salamence, but I'm not positive we can do it. This fight is going to be quite challenging, I have a feeling, so that one real quick knockout out of the gate I think is really going to help us. Luckily, Garchomp is faster. Stab Dragon Claw from a Garchomp. Can we please one-shot it again? Yes. Whew. I'll be honest, if this fight becomes a cakewalk, I won't be too terribly upset considering it's Drayden and it's like level 90-something Pokemon or whatever. Plus, like, this is just a rematch. This isn't a big story fight, this is just a rematch. So if we curb stomp him, I won't be as upset, because it's not like this is a big story-required boss fight. Anyway, Lucario is out against this Hydreigon, hoping to take advantage of its fighting weakness. We outspeed once again, which is awesome. And can we get a 3 for 3? Leaning forward? Yeah, leaning forward and squinting at the screen seems to work, which is something I need to keep in mind for later. Get over 6,000 experience for that, and Lucario gets level 97. Wowee. And now his own Garchomp. That's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to keep in Lucario, even though I highly doubt Lucario is going to be able to survive this thing's onslaught. We still have speed, which legit surprises me. And we get off a Dragon Pulse, which I highly doubt is going to KO. Yeah. Oh, it's using Swords Dance. Okay, I was expecting it to just blast us with an Earthquake, and the nice thing is Swords Dance does not increase speed, which means the AI made a very foolish move, and we take it out, because I'm pretty sure this thing could very easily one-shot Lucario with an Earthquake. And I'm saying that it has Earthquake because, come on, who doesn't put Earthquake on a Garchomp? Everyone does it. Alrighty. I'm going to try Dragon Pulse again. As you might notice, this Haxorus is level 89. This might well be one of the most powerful Pokemon we have ever faced. And he's using Dragon Dance again, although I think we can count on a full restore. This Haxorus is the most powerful Pokemon you're going to be fighting in any of these rematches, so it's definitely a force to be reckoned with. It's not quite pseudo-legendary status, but it's getting there. I mean, final form of any dragon, you gotta be scared of it. Alrighty, can we get a high roll on the damage? Got a bit of a higher roll, but not much. Oh, it outspeeds for Earthquake. Is this a speed tie? It might be. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I don't think Lucario can take this. Nope. Oh well, you did your part, bud. Alright, Garchomp is coming out next to finish it off, because I'm pretty sure Garchomp can outspeed this thing, because Garchomp is a speed... Oh, what? It's faster than me? Wow. Well, I doubt it can one-shot my level 100 Garchomp. Alright. Take it. Take it. Please stop. Anytime you want to stop, it... Oh. I stand corrected. Mandibuzz, maybe? Alright, Dark Pulse? Alright, take this one. You can take this one, right? Come on, cross your fingers. Please stop. Please stop. Oh, it stopped! Yes! Nice. See, I told you guys, this one was gonna be a toughie. Wow. Mandibuzz gets level 91, which is very nice. I don't know if anyone is still at 90 or not. Wowee, that was quite the fight, and it's not quite over yet. Next up, we have Druddigon, and it looks like Magnezone is still chilling out at the level 90 club. I'm going to send out Gastrodon just in case the unthinkable happens and this guy uses Swords Dance instead of just opting to finish me off. It's definitely worth a shot. Let's try Ice Beam. Wait, we outspeed this thing? Gastrodon doesn't outspeed anything. Okay, I'll take it, and Outrage to the face. Well, it's good to know, because If Gastrodon's faster than this thing, then everyone's faster than this thing. Alright, hang in there, Victini. You can finish it off with a well-placed... Psychic sounds good. Nice. If it survived that, I would have eaten my hat. I say that, but I'm not actually wearing a hat, so... yeah. This intense feeling, it reminds me strongly of you. Well, I am right here. Anyway, after that one especially, I'm gonna go heal. Alrighty. Just one remains. From Humalau City, Marlin. Sup. I've been waiting to see you again sometime. Shoots, we should battle. Yeah, man, you better put your all in it, Kay? Now, I know all of this is custom dialogue, specially written for the game, but I feel like a lot of it really fits in quite well. I really appreciate that. Anyway, with his odd tan line, we have Marlin opening up with a Politoed, presumably to set up Drizzle. With that in mind, if I do happen to somehow completely botch this fight and lose it, that means I can teach my Magnezone Thunder and have 100% accuracy throughout the whole match, so really a double-edged sword for Marlin here, and we get the Quick Claw, which is awesome. Not sure how fast Politoed is, but it's nice to know that we have a guaranteed going first right there. Ooh, Focus Blast, that's gonna hurt, because I'm pretty sure that's a fighting type. Yeah, it is. Wow, we actually took that quite well. And we get the Quick Claw 2 turns in a row, are you kidding me? Wow, that never happens. Looks like things are turning around for us. The game is twisting things in our favor, it would seem. Alrighty, Ludicolo is up next. I'm going to switch out to Mandibuzz to play the weakness to flying instead, because I'm pretty sure this thing only takes normal damage from electric, and that wouldn't be very efficient now, would it? Alrighty. Can definitely take this Hydro Pump. I'd be very surprised if we didn't. That actually did far more than I was expecting it to, but it looks like it's Life Orbed, so can't really be surprised. And if this does one-shot, that might actually bring down Mandibuzz as well. Ludicolo has quite a bit of HP. Whoa, we actually took it. Nice. Alrighty, heal up a little bit with our leftovers, and up next is Jellicent. Mandibuzz would also be good against this thing. You know what? We're gonna stay in. We're probably gonna get outsped, because I get the impression that Mandibuzz is a lot slower than I initially thought it was. But we actually are faster. Nice. Dark Pulse does a decent amount. Wait, Dark Pulse is physical? I would not have guessed that. I mean, I thought Curse Body only worked with physical moves. Alright, I guess we're gonna try U-Turn instead, which I think is also super effective. Oh, it's not. Alright, I keep on screwing it up. It's Dark and Psychic that Bug is super effective against, not Ghost. Ah well. We'll send in Lucario just because we can. Alrighty, take a Hydro Pump. I think Lucario can take this, no problem. Although I've been wrong before. We'll try Earthquake, just cause. Earthquake's always fun. Oh, dang it, that's gonna suck, because he's gonna heal. Okay. Well, this just got a little bit awkward. Wait, I thought he had a Life Orb. Maybe I'm just crazy? I don't know, we're gonna send Magnezone back in. I feel like there are things at play that I'm not quite understanding. It's like I've always said, commentating and playing the game at the same time, you tend to miss stuff that's obvious. I'm pretty sure there was one point in this LP where I used an ineffective move like 3 turns in a row before noticing. It's hard, seriously, try it sometime, it's difficult. Rewarding, but difficult. In fact, I have to say, I think the skills I've gained from commentating just so darn much really helped me in, like, interviewing for jobs and stuff. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, this Volt Switch should take it out in an ideal world. Yes, it does. Magnezone recalls. Do we get the experience for that? Yes, we do. Nice. Alrighty, not sure what I should expect next. I'm just gonna send out Garchomp because if I don't know what's coming next, Garchomp is usually a safe bet. Oh no, we're actually given the opportunity to switch anyway, but I'll keep in just because. Garchomp, Dragon Claw. That's not Dragon Claw. Well, it's been quite a while since I've had a really tragic misclick. I think the most tragic misclick in the LP was probably running away from that Golurk in Victory Road way back in episode 106? I think it was episode 106. And Aquatail, really? Alright, if this KOs, the game is surely cheating. It does KO, seriously? Why would you not use Ice Punch instead? Oh well, I guess I deserve that because I did misclick and use Shadow Claw by accident. Oh well. Come to think of it, I probably should have used Garchomp against Jellicent, but all water under the bridge. Alright, I think Victini can take this. And when I say that, I mean I hope Victini can take this. Yep. Yep. Okay, so this battle suddenly turned out to be one of the more difficult ones just because I misclicked and didn't one-shot the Floatzel with Dragon Claw, and considering how much Shadow Claw did, Dragon Claw would have KO'd. I think we can all agree on that. Alright. Holy crap, seriously? Seriously, a critic... Seriously? Okay. I really didn't want to do this, but it looks like Mandibuzz has to be a freaking sacrifice play. Man, that misclick's going to cost me more than I will know. Yeah, we're gonna revive. Who are we gonna revive? You know? This is a tough call. I think it might actually be smarter to heal Magnezone back up to full because Magnezone can, 100% guaranteed can take a hit because of Sturdy. Yikes, this battle suddenly got kind of crazy. Oh, it KO'd itself! Nice. Life Orb doing the work. For me, that is. Oh, great, it's a Kingdra. Guess what, guys? Kingdra doesn't take super effective damage from electric. Great. Okay, so, you know what? I think I need to use a Max Revive right here. I might actually lose this otherwise. Garchomp is almost certainly faster. I'm going to Max Revive Garchomp and hit it with a Dragon Claw this time, seriously. That was like probably one of the worst misclicks I've ever done. I feel like that extended this battle by at least 4 or 5 minutes all on its own. Alright, it is using Dragon Dance or something like that. And how much is that gonna do? Watch it KO anyway. Oh, the Quick Claw doing the work, yes. Quick Claw has really been helping me out in this fight. Smogon doesn't recommend it on anything, but man, that Quick Claw's been doing the work for me. This fight in particular. Alright, Cloyster's coming out next, and just watch, I just wasted a Max Revive when I didn't even need it. If this Quick Claw again, oh my god, if this one-shots, I just wasted a Max Revive, but I don't really care because the Quick Claw RNG in this fight has been ridiculous in my favor. Oh, dang. Focus Sash. Shell Smash. I think that increases speed. Yes, it sharply increases speed. It might outspeed me now. Yes, it does. Razor Shell. Ooh, that did quite a bit of damage, but we survived it somehow, and we won. -1 Max Revive, but I think that fight was well worth it. Wowee. Yowza, that battle was totes sweet. Okay, you can tell that was written by the hack creator. Anyway, after that crazy fight, I am going to go back and heal, and then we will end off the video. Alrighty, and with that, I think we are going to end things off here. So, this past episode of Pokemon Blaze Black 2, we had rematches with the 8 gym leaders of Unova, and some of those fights were really crazy, not gonna lie. And next time, we are going to be heading out further to the east and discovering some new areas in the Unova region. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.